Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Actors Area. Hello from the East, hello from the West, hello from the North, hello from the South. Hope all is fantastic and you are having a wonderful morning thus far. There, hopefully, you are booking lefting. You're booking left and right. You're auditioning as much as you like to, and you find yourself as a working actor or soon to be a working actor. I'm so happy to have you with me on this beautiful Friday morning. Yes, let's get in to today's topic, which is talking about mastering the audition process. Okay, and so there are a few things that come into play when we think of auditioning, and the one way you have to think of auditioning without necessarily, how do I put it? Without necessarily being in this position to feel like you have to get all crazy, you got to think my audition is an interview to make a masterful, indelible impression. How am I going to do that? Okay, and that's the question that you have to ask yourself with every single audition. How am I going to make the most indelible, impactful impression right away? And then once you figure that out, start thinking of, okay, once the wheels start turning, because this is important to get the mind on board for once the wheels start turning to really sort of have that opportunity to really do well and to really have a successful one. Because I think sometimes if we go into it blind and we just think, oh, we're just going to go through this and we're going to act and do everything. No, there has to be something that you can do to create an impression. And what I mean by that is not from the standpoint of, well, I got to do this better than this person, or I got to do this better than this other actor going for the role. No. The main objective is, how do I create the very best impression as me, right? So I've said that multiple times because I really want you to get that down. And I think the first thing you have to do, you got to start with what you're wearing, okay? It starts in your clothes, and here's why. Your clothes, the color of your clothes, the way you feel in your clothes will determine what type of energy comes through you, right? It just will. It will determine the type of energy that comes through you, right? So how do we figure out what it is that we're going to wear within an audition? And it's easy. Find a color that resonates with you. There's usually one color that you consciously encounter and try to experience every single day other than black and white. But sometimes, if that's your thing, you can do that. I know sometimes auditions don't want you to do black and white or whatever, but find a color that resonates with you on such a deep level, because you know what that color's telling you? That color's telling you that you can truly connect to who you are when you wear it, right? And this is so overlooked because everything is so much is placed on performance that we forget about presence, right? We forget about the presence that you bring to camera, okay? So you have to figure out, what color of clothes do I feel my most energetic, my most confident in, right? And once you have that, think about the fit. How do you like to wear your clothes? Are you a loose-wearing person, form-fitting, tight? What makes you feel most confident? Because if you come across more confident than anything else, it is going to show, and it is going to show in the most fantastic way possible. And I promise you, take my word for this, because this is the truth of what it comes down to when you're in this space of doing these auditions and really standing out, right? So you have your clothes, and I'm going to get to something that sums all this up in just a bit. But the main thing is you have your color, you have your clothes, you're confident in who you are. The moment you stare at the camera to slate, or the moment you walk in, if you're doing a physical audition, they know who you are. They know what you represent, right? And that comes down to how you walk and how you carry yourself from there. So you got the threads. How are you going to walk in and carry yourself? How are you going to hold your shoulders? You know, a lot of times how you hold your upper body really shows if you're confident or if you're scared, right? And so all we want is confidence. So you know what? Pick your chest up a little bit. You know, throw your shoulders back. You know, take your chin, place it up just a little bit, not too much to where you're looking up on the camera, but just enough to where you can show that you're confident in who you are, okay? So right from there, right after that, smile. Even if you're coming to play someone who is not the nicest person, smile. It's important to smile because if you're smiling, then that means, oh, he must be really comfortable. She must be really comfortable if she's smiling on this level. But that also means that a great smile can convey a warmth to the person that's watching the audition. So take your time with it. Don't rush it, right? Don't rush it. Right as you get into your slate, say your slate as confident as you can. Because here's the thing, your slate is about you, right? Your slate is about you. You know, when you say it with confidence. I'm Sean Grant. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm 6 feet tall, and I'm willing to shave my facial hair. And that comes across, okay, this guy's confident. We like that. It's not, oh, I'm Sean Grant. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, and yes, I'm willing to shave my facial hair. You know, come across as confident. You know, embrace that confidence, right? Because that's going to make an initial impression on the person that's auditioning you, okay? So right after that, and here is something that I think a lot of people overlook. Take your time before you get into your audition. And you know how you do that? You take a deep breath. You can shake out the initial energy that sometimes can cause a bit of tension. You just broke the tension. Take a deep breath, relax, and then from there, you know what you do? Wait for them to ask if you're ready, right? And if you're not, say, I just need 1 second. And then say, I'm ready, right? Because it's in your court. So you have to ensure that you're the one who has the starting gun in your hand, so to speak, all right? So you're going to take the starting gun, and then you're going to go from there, all right? And once you get going, here's something that's so very important. Most people attempt to memorize, and I made this mistake a lot early on, is that you find yourself attempting to memorize all the lines that you have. And you know what? Sometimes that's just not possible. I just got an audition for a TV show, and they wanted it in less than 2 days. And with all the other stuff I have going on in my life, like, you know, I will memorize as much as I can, and I'm really good at it right now. But what I want you to do is not so much focus on the memorization of the lines, but focus more so on the essence that you bring, that you have, that you bring to this character. Okay? Because if you focus more on that, you can fuck up the lines as much as you want. If your essence is coming through, it's going to convey to the person who's casting the role, right? And that's just how it works. That's just how it works, okay? So you got your essence, you're coming through, you're taking your time, and the main thing is to be aware of the spirit of the information, right? We get so intact with the practical side of these auditions that we forget who is the spirit of this person, right? Yes, I know they're a drug dealer. Yes, I know that, you know, they've done some bad things, but who is the spirit of this person? A lot of times, what I discover from drug dealers is that drug dealers are very magnanimous in nature. right? They're very magnanimous in the sense that they're very nurturing. They want to take care of people. And that becomes, right? That becomes a situation where you almost have to be nurturing as a hardcore killer who can't take anybody, who can't trust anybody. But there's a good blend there because there's some inner conflict where you know that this is the right thing to do, but then in actuality, you got to turn around and shoot somebody. So play with that. Play with the spirit of the backstory, not just the practicality, because you can look at something and say drug dealer, but then you really have to understand, okay, there's levels to every character. So understand the levels. And this is, of course, work you're going to do prior to when you get into the audition, right? And so as the audition is going and you've truly understood everything that's happening, just know when you get on set to actually do this, you will have more than enough time to prepare for everything, to run it over, but to also make any changes that you may need. The audition, especially if you're self-taping, is just kind of like, okay, this is what my gut's telling me. This is how I'm going to roll with it. This is what I'm going to do as far as this goes. So don't be so hard on yourself in figuring that you got to get it perfect. But more importantly, bring through the essence, right? Bring through the essence of yourself and into the character combined and allow that to come through. And like I said, don't even worry about the words. If you got to look down, see what the line is, and then look up into the camera and convey that essence, it's very important that you do that as opposed to just reading and then all of a sudden just trying to get through it. Okay? So it's so very important to do that. And now, here's another thing. And, you know, a lot of times, most casting directors will be shocked, you know, in a sense that if they're in a hurry and they're trying to see a lot of people, but do it a second time. Ask if you feel like, you know what, here's the perfect line to say. You know, that was really good, but I'd like to do it, and I'd like to do it in a different way for you. Because then all of a sudden, you know what that conveys to me if I'm casting a film? This person has range, and they want to show me a different side, and they're going to take that opportunity to do so. And I'm telling you, if you do this and you get the opportunity and you nail it, your chances amplify as far as like getting the role, right? But just become empathic about it. Feel out the energy. See if this looks like somebody who would give you a second shot at it, go for it. And then you know what? Sometimes boldness has genius in it. Ask for it anyway. Say, you know what? I just something crossed my mind as I was reading through the lines, and I want to do something a bit different for you. Is that okay? Can I do it one more time? And trust me, they're trying to get the best person for their role, so they're going to allow you to do that. And so it's important to know that you have that opportunity to do so, right? And here is the very last, most important part. It has two parts, actually. The first part is, in all of this, you're just being yourself. You're just being yourself, right? Or maybe that was the second part. But anyway, that's important. Just be yourself. That's what's going to book, is that you are completely who you are, energy, mind, body, and spirit, right? And also understand that in order to master an audition, you have to go in with the energy knowing that you've already booked it, that the role is yours to lose, not to gain, right? Make that shift and know that the role is yours to lose, not to gain. And something happens in your mind where all of a sudden you shift into the idea that, you know what, this is already my role. Let me go in there and kill it and show why it's my role. And I promise you, that simple shift will create such a magnitude. I'm at a loss for words. Such a magnitude of difference within your life as you go through these auditions. Because here's the thing. If you can convince yourself, and when you convince yourself that this role is already yours, you already naturally walk in with confidence, right? It's like when somebody says, I'm giving you $5 million and they give me $5 million, you think everybody's going to be more confident with $5 million than they would be, before they get the $5 million. That's just how it is. And the same with the acting role. It's like, you're my lead, right? You're the person that I want for this, and this is yours, but now show me why it's yours. And you tell yourself, I'm about to show you why this role is mine. And I promise you, everything shifts within you, all that stuff implemented within, and you wind up doing the very best audition, or one of the better auditions that you could have ever even practiced before you learned that technique. And I didn't even charge you for it. But no, it's all good. So what I'm going to do now is just set an intention for you today. Whatever your religious beliefs may be, you know what? It's all good, because there's all a higher power. Even for atheists, there's a higher power out there, and call it the universe, call it whatever you want, science. It's working. But I'm going to set this intention because I want to see you succeed. It is my desire to see you succeed. And with that being said, let's rock to it. Dearest God in me, supreme infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind, I set the intention to easily and effortlessly manifest successful auditions, even the ones that seem like we may have messed up. I ask that by your grace, by your guidance, by your truth, that these auditions turn out to be successful, and they turn out to be situations where we can learn to master and learn to be absolutely great at, under grace, in a perfect way. Guys, good luck today. Knock 'em dead. Best wishes, all that good stuff. You got this. We will talk soon. Have a wonderful weekend if I don't catch up to you here in a bit. Take care.